Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our channel. We have the wonderful Ginger Bailey, whose information is in the description box below. And she's going to channel my lovely boy, Erik, whose birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Erik. Of course,
Yeah, he's
it'll
saying
already be passed by the time this is posted.
yeah, he's saying I love you and thank you, Mom. He's just okay. He's standing in a field of marijuana plants with a big giant like garbage bag and like these clipper things. He's so hilarious. He like
Oh my God, Erik, you're funny.
always
Erik,
doing stuff
funny
like that,
boy.
you know? Yeah, yeah.
All
So
right.
that's it. He says that's his herb.
Awesome. Oh, that's why. Oh, now I get it. Because guess what, guys? We are going to finish up with herbs and their healing properties. Interesting topic. So, Erik, I love you.
I love you too, he said.
What are the herbs of the future? Medically, what will we be hearing more about as helpful, researched, used more often?
So what he's saying is it's going to be the herbs that they have now, right? But they're going to be like combined together more. They're going to be and it's going to be in a good way. You know, sometimes when they splice plants and stuff, it's not always a good thing.
Are you talking about splicing them so that they grow into a new type of herb?
Right, right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Right. And then they're also going to be there's still going to be some synthetic. He's showing me like they'll still do synthetic things like they do because you know herbs, that's medication. That's where medicine started. You know, it's a plant. They're all plants. They're all from plants, derived from that. And so what he's saying is it is going to be more so a natural type of like medical system where they start integrating more of the natural herbs into it. Although there's still going to be some synthetic, he's saying it'll be more so than natural.
Okay. Can you believe we have 62 questions? We're on 37.
Oh my gosh.
Divide this into two parts. This is part 3, and we'll probably have to pause and then.
Oh, this is part 3. Wow.
Yeah. Will there be major new herb discoveries in trials or through other works?
Yes, absolutely, he said. Absolutely. He's saying also there's going to be a lot more information for people. I mean, there's information out there, but it's going to be put together in a way that will help people, you know, not, you know, how like right now there's a lot of doubling up. Like they'll be taking one herb and and another herb, and maybe they're, you know, both herbs have the same thing, you know what I mean? Like the same properties.
So they work synergistically together?
Right. And there's going to be more information out there about that, he's saying. There'll be more about it to help people because it's going to be more common. And more people are going to be like actually growing their own. There's a few here and there. There's a lot of people that do not as much as there's going to be.
Awesome. So, what is a secret herb we are not realizing can help us restore us in everyday life and, you know, specific illnesses, cancer, whatever? Is there some secret herb that we don't yet know about?
It's not really secret, he's saying. They do have, it's interesting. He said they do have a combination of things that can heal, but is not being put out there yet because of, you know, just politics and.
Oh, they don't want, they want to keep us sick, not cure us.
Right. It would take away from the big pharma industry, you know. Yeah. So until they get a piece of it, he says, same thing like with the marijuana, right? Until they could like put it in a way of getting taxed and having some control over it, you know, it'll be like that. So there
all is about the money,
right? And it's a combination of things. It's not just one, he said.
Okay. What is the herb or plants that could help save the planet. I think all of them, they make oxygen for us, so that's good.
Right. Yeah. Saving the planet as in,
I mean, that's a big ask.
yeah, it's as long as the things that are used to, he's saying, like, to grow and, take care of these plants and farm them, isn't being like, they're not using like chemicals or anything like that, because that also takes away from the, the strength of the plants, but it also messes with the planet too.
Yeah.
It takes away from the quality of things. So
I
the
believe
quality
it.
of the plants. So yeah.
In the West, I guess the Western Hemisphere, what are the herbs we could plant to help save our soils? Any kind of plants? Any particular plants that can help restore the soil? Especially if it's maybe grown and then plowed in, so those nutrients go into the soil.
Most of them, he's saying most of them do. Most of them are meant to do that. Most of them are meant to do that, but mostly the ones that can increase, and I'm not really getting a name of anything, but ones that increase the like oxygen into the ground and the minerals into the ground. And there are some of them that are better than others. But
I remember from parts 1 and 2, we made a decision to not give specific herbs unless it's really obvious, because it's just too much of a liability. And so some of these are going to say, like, what herb will help this one? What herbs, if any, are good for dropping glaucoma, high pressure? Well, maybe we just need to ask, are there any herbs?
Yes, there are. There are. Okay, so what he's saying is, and most people may know this, but he's listing off, like, herbs can help, like, neurological, the immune system. There's some herbs out there that do everything. They cover everything. They bring your blood pressure down. They burn fat better. They increase your metabolism. So there are herbs that do everything well for the body. And also, he's saying that they have a vibrational quality to them too. So it's not just chemical, there's vibrational to them. And there's going to be more of that known about plants and herbs too.
I'm trying to figure out, there was this herbalist from, a long time ago, dead now, that we talked to, and I just can't remember. I'm trying to look up what his freaking name is, but
he just said that anything that does an anti-inflammatory will help too.
Oh, of course, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And anyway, there's this one guy, y'all look at parts 1 and 2 and you'll find out his name. You can search Amazon for his book that will give you, like, what works for what. Right. I would love to know what herbs would help my allergies and bronchitis. Are there any?
Yes, there are. And I actually know, like, a bunch of herbs, but if we're not naming them, then
no, you can if you know.
Yeah. Well, echinacea is a good one. That's a really good one. What's the others? There's some that are more common than others, so there's a lot of different ones, but echinacea is a really good one. Hyssop is what it's called. Hyssop.
Okay.
Yeah, will help. And this, they make not make, but I just learned this, like, last year. I was, like, doing this herbal like course, just a little short course. Marshmallow root is really good for, like, the throat and soothing the throat. I think they even make, like, probably lozenges out of it or something. They usually do out of herbs.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, ginger is all about exercise, nutrition, the body, etc. In addition to her wonderful channeling skills, so you need to really check her out in the link below. Herbs that help addiction? Any?
Yes. Now, Erik wants me to tell everybody that it's very important to do your own research, because herbs are plants and they can be dangerous. You can get a toxicity from them if you take too many, or you can also get an adverse reaction to combined, just like any drug.
Right.
But two of them that are good for this is kratom It's a plant, but you can do
Right.
it like a tea or powder. And that one gives kind of like the opiate effect a little bit without like the withdrawals, from
Right.
it.
But you have to be careful not to get addicted to that.
Yes.
I understand.
Right. Now, what's the other one? Phenibut, if I'm saying that right. It's spelled funny, but it's like PHENBUT.
Okay.
But that one's a pretty good one, and that one affects the GABA in the brain. So you do have to be careful with those. You have to research and
yeah. I mean, they can go to you for help, right? And sorting this all out. And of course, there are a lot of other herbalists that you can.
Yeah, and I'm not really an herbalist, but I do I've worked with herbs for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All the spiritual and physical properties of milk thistle and holy basil, or capsules or tinctures better? I don't know. There's something wrong with that.
So these are antioxidants. And it depends. It depends on like the digestive tract. If you have a hard time absorbing things, you're gonna want to do more liquid. But most of what you do with they come in powder, they come in pill, they come in, teas, ointments. It comes in all kinds. Herbs come in all kinds of forms. So, but what's best is I would say, and Erik is agreeing, is anything that's going to absorb faster. So, and that's
sublingual probably is pretty
right. Good. Anything liquid. They have sprays. They have sublingual.
Yeah. Alcohol based or non-alcohol based? What's better?
He said non. And then he said it depends too on the.
It depends. All of this is with caveats, people.
Yeah, because some are better with it and some are better without it. So,
okay. Is there a difference in herbs, the healing properties of herbs, if they're homegrown versus store bought? Probably depends on the store, right?
Yeah, it does depend on the store. He's saying the quality of homegrown are going to probably be better because it's fresher. It's right there. Things have to go to the store, have to be hauled to a store, and they have the herb garden in the back of their store. You're going to have to haul it. You're going to have to, pack it, which is going to break it down just a little bit.
And at least if it's homegrown, we can tend to our soil and keep the soil health up.
Correct.
And nutrients.
Correct.
All right. Correct. So many claims are in existence that claim that an herb to be the king of herbs. Is there really one you can say is truly the king of herbs, nutrition wise and from any culture?
No, but some do have a lot of qualities, where they help many things, but there's not just one, there's not just one. There's just so many that do so many different things that
well, here's another one that might help guide us. What are the 3 most important herbs for healing each person that each person should grow, and why is each what is each one used for? So anyway, can you name 3 in your experience, Erik and Ginger,
that is good for healing? Anything?
One of the most 3 of the most important.
Okay, so what he's saying is the ones that are immune builders and anti-inflammatories would be really good, because that's an overall that is what causes most illness. And who was it? Elisa Hippocrates that said that all health starts in the gut or something like that. I think his name is. Yeah. So anything that keeps the GI tract healthy, because that is the heart of your system.
Right, so look at going to be. Wish I knew
the guy's. Which one? The guy's name.
He has a great book. He's dead, but he's apparently one of the most famous herbalists in history. Any herb that can be used for daily pain from lupus? I'm sure that's probably the anti-inflammatory herb, right?
Anti-inflammatory, yes. Turmeric's a good one for anti-inflammatory, and also, turmeric does a lot. Turmeric's a very good one. So that's a very multi herb. He's saying, and also for pain, that when I was talking about the kratom, that actually does have pain relief effects. And I've known people that have like arthritis or fibromyalgia that use it instead of narcotics. So.
Very good. So this person said Labsang Rampa gave these instructions for helping kidneys. Boil distilled water, add pearl barley, boil for 5 minutes, then simmer for half an hour. Drink the milky white liquid after it cools down. Is there any truth to whether that works?
Yeah, a lot of that is going to be flushing the kidneys, and with a lot of herbs, you can put a lot of liquid to it and flush it. But dandelion is a really good one for the kidneys. Yeah, dandelion root is a good one, and it's an antioxidant.
Okay.
So,
okay. Is there anything that helps sebaceous cysts?
That's an anti-inflammatory, again, an antibacterial.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some, just look up, they would look up ones for, I used to know one of those by heart. Ones that have antiviral, antibacterial, even though it's not a virus, it still helps with the anti-inflammatory and the immune boost.
All right. Do sage and Palo Santo really clear negative energy?
Yes. Yes. That's the vibrational properties, Erik said.
What about kava and alfalfa? Do they help anything?
Yes, they do. They do. Let's see, the kava. I used to know that one by heart. Erik. So he's saying that this has also immune building properties and anti-inflammatory, and some there's a lot of other things too with both of those.
Okay.
Both of those.
All right. Is it true that some herbs can really be used for hexes and curses?
Yeah, this comes back to so what he's saying is, like, herbs have vibrational and chemical properties. He's saying that they are used for spiritual, ritual, physical. They have all those abilities, right? And he's saying yes to that. They can.
Especially if you have the intent, right? Because
right.
reality.
Right. And also, if you think about like aromatherapy, things like that actually changes like the neurological parts of the brain just by smelling it. So they do have vibrational properties, he says. That absolutely.
What's the best herb for heavy metal detox?
Milk thistle. Milk thistle is a good one. That milk thistle actually rejuvenates the liver enzymes. Oh,
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that. Awesome. Could Erik shed some light on badgeria, Spaggyria, fermentation, distillation, extraction of mineral components from the ash of this plant?
What do they want to know about it?
Just anything. Any knowledge about Spaggyria, fermenting, distilling, and extracting the mineral components from its ash as some of the options?
Let's see. He's saying that this has this has a few different things. He's showing me like this helps like with headaches, so that's going to be anti-inflammatory again, and circulation is what he's showing me. Those are a couple of them. And then there's some this is like it almost looks like maybe it's because of the circulation, but it like blood pressure is
yeah, maybe because of circulation. Yeah, that makes sense. Are there any herbs that will attract wealth, abundance, positive energy?
I don't know the vibrational effects of some of them, but Erik said yes to that. And again, there's the mind, the intent and the mindset of manifesting it, the belief in it. But
if you believe it works, then
he just said that like with crystals, like herbs also have that effect, like the vibration to them. Yeah.
Okay. What can you tell us, Erik, about castor oil, and why does it work so well for so many things?
Well, he's showing it like it like cleanses you out. You know what I mean? Like it just cleanses. It's like a cleanser. Is the
Yeah.
way he's showing it, like a cleanser of the body. And when you cleanse, you know,
You get better.
you get better. And it's mostly because, okay, he's saying it's mostly too because it affects the digestive tract so well.
Oh,
You know, that's where it's being affected is in the digestive tract. So cleansing that area, of course, you know, goes to
yeah.
good health.
Gut health
So,
is physical health and emotional and mental health too.
right.
Is there any particular type of castor oil that is best to use, or are they all pretty much 6 of one, half a dozen of the other?
Yeah, they're all pretty much the same. If there is a more pure, you know, type, but I think that it's just the same, you know, the way he's saying.
I can't believe we're going to get through this. We're almost finished.
Wow.
Question 60. Are there herbs that will help like diverticulosis, diverticulitis? Of course, diverticulitis is inflammatory.
Yeah, that's inflammatory and digestive. So, let's see. Sage is a good one. You know, he's saying that there are some like valerian root things that help stress will help the gut too. Because of the hormones that are caused that affect the gut, you know, from stress. But he's saying anything like that helps relax, like that phenoboot I was talking about, or like that has what is that? It's just I don't want to say toxic effect like that, you know, but like it makes you relax, a relaxing effect. Yeah.
Right.
So, so I was thinking of the other one, valerian root, phenoboot, and melatonin is actually, it's not really an herb, but it is something that will help. It's something we naturally have already, and it depletes as we, you know, age. So that's a good thing to use for relaxing too.
Okay. And so that will help diverticulosis, gut health. Gut health is so important because that's 85 or something percent of the neurotransmitters are actually produced, manufactured in the gut. So
Right. Sage is the one that he was saying is good for the GI tract. Yeah, sage. And any anti-inflammatory will help. Okay. You know, the digestion.
Are there any herbs that cure cancer that we know of? Maybe there are, but big pharma.
There are. Okay. There are. And again, that's that combination of thing that we were talking about.
Not just one, but a combination.
Yeah, there's a combination that they know.
Talking about splicing two plants together,
combining
in a mixture.
No, combining in a mixture.
Okay.
Combining in a mixture that will. And he's saying that there are things now out there, like if you get a good herbalist that can help you, you know, if it's not too far. It's not spread too far. If it's not too far gone, that can help to heal. Okay.
It's really important, I think, to find a good herbalist.
Yes,
it is. Use a pendulum. I like to put a post-it note, put something on it, like their name, for example, crumple it up and put the pendulum over each one. You can't see the name, so you're not biased, and see which one is a yes and which one is a no. But you have first,
that's a good idea.
Of course, do a thing of protection. Prayer protection, but then also you have to ask, like Erik, you can ask Erik to show me your yes, show me your no.
Right. That's a good idea. Good idea. Yeah, because what's important, he's saying, is there's so many out there, and sometimes people will just pile it on. Like they'll have like, you know, it's like they have like 10 or 12 different ones they're taking that they're doubling up on that they don't need, you know, because something else may have that property in it. And then you can get a toxic effect from that too.
Yeah. And they come and you can get it on Amazon or, you know, any sort of like whole.
Right. There's no monitoring.
Combined. Like this has 30 different herbs in it. This one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And he's saying that since there's no monitoring, you know, you go to a doctor that monitors you for your prescription medication, you don't have monitoring for these. So it can be more dangerous if you're not careful and you don't, again, do research for it, you know.
Foxglove, that was an herb that became digoxin, which is for heart failure. And, you know, you can get toxicity really easily. So,
he's saying there's also like ones that bring your blood pressure down or your blood sugar down, and they have other things that you might take them for and not realize that they do that. So you have to be careful if you're diabetic and you're taking insulin or you're taking blood pressure medicine. So all those kind of things you have to really, be careful.
Right. I would like to know if herbs work or not. My mother, who takes ginseng every day after she had pancreatic, kidney, and liver cancer, swears by it. So what do you think about ginseng?
They do work. They do. Ginseng is a good one for energy cravings, like food cravings, like used for in dieting, like, fat burning. It's a really good one for fat burning. Better than caffeine, actually. So they do work. Absolutely.
Well, is this helping prevent her from getting the cancer back? This particular person, we don't know her name, but can that happen?
Yeah, it does.
Keep things in remission, or is
absolutely. And the mind of belief of it working too makes it even better. Something for her would be even better to add to that is the milk thistle or dandelion root or both, because that has that detoxifying, and it also heals the liver.
Awesome. All right, that's all I have. Erik, do you have anything else to add on this topic?
Wow.
I know, golly. Well, you answered nice and fast.
Yeah, he's just saying that herbs are just as good as like regular like medication if you use them right. He's saying they do, because they are drugs. They are, all drugs they're derived from plants. So there's a lot. And he's also saying there's so much information out there, that's why it's also important to get somebody who really knows what they're doing, and how to like help you with what your symptoms are. So
and go back and watch parts 1 and parts 2, because the herbalist, that's his name, I can't remember. I probably need an herb for my memory. He has a book that was published
CoQ10,
18th century, 19th century or something. That will give a lot of guidance. But again, finding a good herbalist. I mean, there are bad herbalists out there too, so you have to be careful.
Yeah. And also, speaking of the mind, there are some that help with Alzheimer's. There's some that help with, like CoQ10 is a good one for memory. It's also good for the heart, but there's some that can really help like the effects of aging. Okay. They really do.
What's the biggest anti-aging herb, Erik? Or one of the biggest?
There's milk thistle is a big one. There's some that you combine that work even better. He just is talking about antioxidants, like the antioxidants, because that's actually what ages you is.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was seeing if there was another. Yeah, he's just saying the ones that are anti-inflammatory and antioxidants are the best ones. And yeah, milk.
You have to Google that.
Google it.
Herbs and blueberry, gobi berries, all sorts of stuff too. It doesn't have to be herbs. It could be different other types of vegetation.
Right.
All right, thank you, Erik. Thank you, Ginger. Love you both. You guys.
Love you, Mom.
You subscribe to this channel and also the Atlantic Scalar channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another one. And check out Ginger, description box below. She'll surprise you how much she's a master of. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.